I guess I should talk to Apollo. It's been a while. Yeah, let's start there. It has been a while. The beach house! Let's go! Ooh, should I wear these glasses today?
Ah, Grace, you're back. That's good. I was just about to call you.
He means
Hey, Troy.
he wants me to
Apollo.
call you because Paul here still hasn't figured out how to use a phone.
That's not true. I know how, I just don't like them. They're confusing. Anyhow, I've been contemplating our list of suspects, and I think Pan is someone we need to consider.
Nah.
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
Persephone did, but I've had time to think it over. Pan is a schemer, a traitor in favors. He always has been. His sudden appearance in all this cannot be coincidental.
You think he could have killed Calliope after all?
Perhaps. Or he knows who did and is trying to turn it to his benefit.
What if no one is the
He
killer?
always knows more than he pretends.
What if Calliope was like, this is what has to happen to actually set things in motions and go about change?
You don't like phones?
I just don't like talking to people I can't see.
No, it's the ringtones. They scare the crap out of him. I kid you not.
I'm not frightened. Only a child would be frightened. They're just very loud.
Yeah.
Can we return to the subject of Pan, please?
You might be right about Pan. I thought it could be Medusa, but now I'm not so sure.
Why? Is that why you've taken so long to see me? You've been investigating on your own?
Sure have.
Let me explain.
You went to see Medusa and you didn't even tell me? Grace, that could have ended
I wonder if he
very
could have
poorly.
gone with me. Aw, were you worried?
I know, but let's focus on the important part of the story.
Which is that Medusa seems to have been cleared. And that brings us back to Pan.
Yeah, Medusa
Aphrodite
didn't
is holding
seem
a
like the type.
party of sorts. One you should attend. She is closest to Pan.
Oh yeah, we
Indeed, she
haven't
knows almost all the
interacted
items.
with Aphrodite
If
yet.
anyone is up to something, she's bound to know.
You know Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
Well, talking to Aphrodite isn't something anyone does with much success these days.
Well, if that's the case, what makes you think I'll get anywhere?
There's a standing invitation for the Muse to attend this party. Calliope never went, so Aphrodite will be thrilled to see you. Trust me. If I thought you couldn't get her to talk, I wouldn't suggest it.
What do you mean by a party of sorts?
Are we
I mean,
gonna
I'm
dress
always
up?
down for a party, but
It's more of a remembrance than a party, really. It's difficult to describe.
that's awfully vague, Apollo.
It'll be easier to see for yourself. It's nothing you can't handle.
Okay, I'll go. Eventually.
Perfect. I will see you there.
Oh,
Paul, you should see this. The names you wanted me to look up are getting weird results.
I don't doubt it. I was hoping you could...
Get over here!
No worries, Paul. I'll see you later.
wait, we can talk to Apollo again. Well, let's talk to Freddy and then to Apollo again.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse.
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet.
No. Weird.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
How are the other guys?
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Oh,
Then
God.
where is Kaz Oh.
Yeah, it's cute.
That
They'll tell
face.
us when they're ready.
Oh.
But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
That was so good.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name.
Uh-huh.
Two, we get back to it, and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Yeah.
I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddy?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
So this lady's voice actor is the one who did Abby, right? In Last of Us 2? Because, yeah, it's so good. Their voice acting is just perfect.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the
Yeah.
prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those
Why
days.
does Freddie
Well, he was also
sound like
a
she's like
giant
way
horn dog,
close at the
Grace.
mic
Like,
and
he
then
lists off like
way
a dozen
off
men
at
and
the
women
mic?
Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
Persephone. Calliope.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it?
Why is
She
it
was
Hades?
kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Wasn't
Pretty much. Her mother was so
The other
angry she
lady?
created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your
Oh, wait, yeah, it
average
was
sweet and
Persephone.
virginal fertility goddess.
You're right. That doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone
I was
thought my
mixing her up,
story ended there.
mixing her up with
Well,
Aphrodite.
she's pretty pissed. That much is true.
Hard names.
Do you know anything about the Muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She
Oh.
inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
Athena, Pan.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
Okay.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah,
No.
guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then. Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I
Just a
sort of
little,
assumed
like-
it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word,
these
but I
little
think it
lightning
means
bolts
ghost.
in the
An
background.
image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
They look like bunny ears on her
Maybe
ear.
with all the big names missing. Not
Some
just
bunny
Zeus and
ears.
Hades. Most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost, but also what might still be out there.
Maybe even gods aren't made to live forever. Maybe everyone just gets so bored being alive that they just dip out.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? And all those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
That's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Okay.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is
mean-
that good?
Who says nobody has found them out?
Yeah.
The way I
Yeah,
see it, it's like
I was gonna
UFOs.
say.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs
Like, would you
exist
believe
and
a
that
random
governments have
person-
covered it up, and people
Like, would you believe a random person that is like, comes up to you on the street, shakes you, and is like, the gods are alive! I just saw Apollo! It's like, okay, dude, sure. Do you want me to, like, point you to where you can get help?
still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
So she's just the lore person right now. Back to Apollo. See if we can hear anything about those people that he was looking into.
Welcome back, Grace. Is there something you came to discuss?
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
For centuries, we were far more. I was the god of the arts, and the muses were my constant companions. We went everywhere together.
Companions?
They had many
How?
names, but the three most common were Clio, Talia, and Calliope. The sisters of beauty, I called them, though they weren't always women.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Most of us seek out inheritors who are like us, I suppose, but not all. Calliope, in fact, was a man in her previous incarnation.
Oh, cool.
Christoph, I think his name was. A poet Calliope adored. I was surprised when she made him a muse.
Huh.
Who did Calliope become after that poet, Christoph?
You have to realize we're already into the period where Calliope and I weren't really speaking.
Damn.
She showed up one day in her new form, the one you met. An opera singer whose name she never revealed. We fought, as I recall. I told her she couldn't pass on every time she met an artist she fell in love with. Eventually she'd forget everything about who we were and where we came from. She said she'd rather forget than wallow in old memories like I or the other idols were doing. It was time to wake up and make the best of our situation. Calliope was an idealist without compromise. Always. She hated what we'd become. What I'd become.
She isn't wrong, I think. Oh, I mean, he says as well she wasn't wrong. But I think, like, it seems healthier to, like, switch to a contemporary person every now and then. I keep thinking about Interview with the Vampire. And, like, the theme is, like, even vampires aren't made to live forever. And eventually they kind of just go crazy because the world is, like, advancing so much around them. And they're just kind of, like, stuck the way they are. And they can't keep up with all the advancements. So they get scared of the new world. That makes me think of, like, how they are, like, still their old forms and their old ways. And Calliope here is like, no, you gotta adapt and keep changing. And
From how you describe it, you and Calliope fought a lot.
As often as we saw each other, which became less and less as time wore on. However, she fought with everyone. Calliope hated the idols being kept secret.
which also makes me think, though, if Calliope already used to do that all the time, then isn't Calliope switching to Grace's body not that big a deal? If she switched bodies before and would show up as a different form, isn't this the same thing again? Like, Grace is just like, hey there, I'm the new Calliope.
She and Athena would get into screaming matches over the rules, and it got so I could no longer protect her. She moved out of Olympus years ago and kept to herself. I just assumed she was wrapped up with some new artist when I got the news.
Do you regret not making up with her?
Every day I think about our last conversation and what I should have said or done differently. The problem with immortality is that you think you have all the time in the world.
She chose Grace but expected to have more time to move on. Yeah, maybe. This reincarnation is different. She didn't pass on her memories. Oh, I see. That normally happens. It's a little confusing.
It wasn't only fighting with Calliope, right? Surely there were good things too.
Is that how it sounds? No. She was marvelous. A force to be reckoned with if there ever was one. In the darkest days during the war, it was her songs that gave us hope. She kept Aphrodite alive through sheer determination, I think. Calliope cared. About us, about art, about people she'd only just met. It was her greatest strength as well as her greatest weakness.
I wonder why she picked me. I don't feel like I'm any of those things.
You underestimate yourself, Grace. I see a lot of her in you. She chose well.
The way Troy is talking into the microphone as Apollo makes me feel like he's putting his mouth right against the microphone to get the deepest sound. And it's just like he's right in my ear, and I keep thinking, like, dude, give me a little bit of space, please. You have a great voice, bud. You're so close.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
You are. What would you like to know?
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
The short answer is, we don't know. If I think far enough back, I can remember bits and pieces. I remember my first Pythian games, the day the idols split in two over Troy,
Troy.
the day my first son died. But before that, nothing. None of us do. I vaguely recall the very first Apollo many thousands of years ago, but was he the original? Did he appear out of the ether?
Interesting.
I couldn't tell you.
God, that's mind-boggling though. Can you imagine if like Christianity or any religion for that matter, but being raised Christian, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But can you imagine like the gods that we humanity believes in, all the different ones? If you say Jesus actually comes back to Earth and is like, "Hey, what's up?" and we're like, "Holy shit, Christianity is like proven now, it's real," and then Jesus is like, "Actually, even God doesn't know like how he came about, so who knows? Like maybe there's even something above that." It's like, oh,
Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Interesting.
God is an alien,
The
confirmed.
notion that there might be some other place far away where we're the norm is comforting.
Jesus comes down in his UFO.
Sadly, our memories are filled with blanks. There was a war with beings we called the Titans. A terrible conflict where half our number died, yet do I remember a single battle. The last was after Rome fell. Zeus called us together to relay the news, told us to prepare for battle. And then, in the blink of an eye, I was in the 16th century.
The blink of an eye.
What
Dude.
made us forget 1,000 years? What happened during that time? We don't know.
What?
Athena calls that period
That's one hell of a
the
blackout.
gap.
The Gap. She went shopping at the Gap. Tell me more about this Gap. What kind of fashion is
Gap,
it?
you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I know I was alive. I passed on my eidolon who knows how many times, yet the moment I woke up, as you call it, all memory of that period was gone. It was Athena who found us. I was in
Of course it was.
France, I think. She came to my farm, and the moment I laid eyes on her, I just knew. It all came back. Did someone do that to us? Did we scatter to the winds for 1,000 years on purpose? It's a mystery.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena claims she awoke on her own and spent the next century locating the other idols. We've pieced together very
convenient.
little of the gap or of our origins. We simply live with it. Gods we may be, but I'm afraid we don't have all the answers.
Very convenient for Athena. Oh, I just woke up. And then she only finds the gods that she wants back in her circle. So that's, if you make everyone scatter and forget and then only pick up the ones that you like, you can just, she just made her own like secret little club.
Earlier you mentioned your son dying. Did I hear that right? Can idols have children?
It was rare, but yes. Back in ancient times, some of them even became idols themselves.
Some of the idols are actually family then.
Not anymore. Most of our children met terrible ends. A gift of the fates, perhaps. I don't know. The ones who weren't idols. It's hard. Watching your children grow old and die. Never understanding why they can't have the same immortality you do. Why you can't grant it to them. My first son is why I'm not permitted in Hades any longer. Let's simply say that most idols have stopped having children, and maybe leave it at that.
I'd like to know a little more about you. All I know is you live in a dump, you have an oracle, and you...
I'm not sure what to tell you. One day has bled into the next for so long I feel like I've been lost in the spaces in between.
Wow, that's a bit dramatic.
Yeah, well, it comes naturally. Music and the arts were once under my purview as a god.
How did that get decided? Did you have a big hat full of pieces of paper and you all picked at random?
No, we chose them for ourselves. Some, at least. Others were given to us by our priests. We collected godly responsibilities like marbles.
People collect marbles?
Or whatever it is mortals collect these days. Cars, perhaps? The point is, we took our godly duties very seriously.
You must have been very different back when you were a proper god.
I think most of us were. We saw ourselves as, I don't know, teachers. Mortals were our students, and we guided them to enlightenment. We thought we were special, infallible. I was as magnificent as the sun, and I surrounded myself with those who basked in my radiance.
That doesn't sound like you.
Yeah. I was arrogant. If there was a man or woman I desired, then I had to have them, or there would be consequences. You wouldn't have liked me. I wouldn't have liked me.
I don't even think she means it, but all of her questions are like secretly insulting him. She's just like, so how come you live in a dump? And then she's just like, so your old self must have been quite magnificent, because clearly now you're not.
So what is Persephone's beef with you exactly? Is it just about what Hades did to her?
That's no small thing.
It seems more personal than that.
I mentioned how Persephone's kidnapping almost meant war between Olympus and Hades, yes? Well, while this was all going on, Persephone managed to escape the underworld, and I'm the one she encountered first.
Uh-oh.
Hades was hot on her heels, and I had a choice. Either do battle with Hades and start the war right then and there, or
Oh.
let him take her back.
Oh shit, you didn't.
Zeus would have had my head if I had sparked a war. Yet all I still think of are Persephone's eyes as Hades smugly took back his prisoner. It's not my finest moment.
Try therapy? See, every question
Apollo,
is like...
have you ever tried, I don't know, talking to someone about how you feel?
I will never understand this modern fascination with therapy and focusing on one's feelings.
It might help. You never know.
Yes, I've tried it.
Says the old
There
man.
was one I used to speak to. Hecate enchanted him never to reveal what I told him. I don't know that unburdening myself to the man helped. He wasn't exactly trained for this sort of problem.
It is kind of hard to relate to a god, sure.
I do appreciate the thought. But I'm afraid muddling through is as good as it gets for us.
I love how he's like, yeah, I tried therapy one time. I had one session, didn't like it. So therapy isn't for me.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Of course. I look forward to it.
Oh man, I should have gone to him way more often, shouldn't I? I'm behind on Apollo time. She just
Welcome
walks through the
back,
door and it's
Grace.
like, actually,
Is there something you came to discuss?
no thanks.
No, that's okay. I'll see you later, Apollo.
Oh, we're playing Nancy Drew now. Sorry, bye. It's party time. Ooh, who's wearing
Fancy
that
party?
outfit? Did you
Check.
see that?
Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace
Oh,
totally not dressed
rate
for
the food
occasion?
table.
Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me.
Yeah.
I didn't even button up my shirt.
Fan service.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
I should have told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
It's Calliope's.
I don't like the sound of that. What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away.
Oh.
For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope
Wait,
did.
what the fuck? If I will remember everything Calliope did at some point, then why even try and rush my execution? Just leave me alive, even keep me prisoner somewhere, and eventually I will remember what happened to Calliope. Stupid.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already, except...
Except Calliope was murdered.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
That makes me a little sad that Grace will not 100% be herself anymore. She'll be Grace and Calliope.
I have a hard time believing I'll forget who I am.
You won't stop being you. You'll just also be everyone else who isn't you.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war.
No.
Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Oh shit. So she switches between people to kind of like run away from her problems or her memories. She got PTSD.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
Holy shit.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Damn, that's extreme.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse.
Oh, God.
If this is the mercy she requires,
God.
I will not tell her she should not take it.
Okay, so
Yeah, I get it.
what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What did she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all.
Uh-huh.
She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
She wants it to be a song.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling.
Food.
Talk
Eros!
to Eros. Or we can talk more if
Yeah!
you like.
Dude, move
Try
aside.
this, Grace.
The real hot bod has arrived.
Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
The favorite thing, I hate going to parties, and especially fancy parties, but my favorite thing about these parties is the food. If there's a big table like that and you can just like, oh my God, there was one party. Oh, it was Creator Clash. Oh my God, they had the best cupcakes. I ate so many cupcakes. I ate more cupcakes than I drank booze, I think, because I was just like, they had fucking brownies and cupcakes and they were so delicious with the great icing and oh my God. So it was just amazing. Makes the party worth it. Hey, dude. How you
Grace.
doing?
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
No.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much.
Oh
You
wait,
have
yeah,
no
wasn't he
idea.
Aphrodite's son? Are you okay?
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
Dude,
Sorry, I
dude loses
shouldn't
his
unload
mother
on you.
every time.
It's been a bad week.
No, I feel for you.
No, it's okay. It sounds like a bad situation.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know much about it, would you? I take care of Aphrodite. Ever since we came to the New World, I'm with her. Every single day. I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times.
Poor guy.
She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's
God,
not my
I don't
story
even
to
want to
tell.
know. It sounds like she went through the worst of it.
That's fair. It's really not my business.
No, it is. I mean, it's not, but she does want you here.
Uh-oh, here we
So
go.
you need to know. What happened is that brother Ares happened. He missed out
Ares
on
and
the first
Aphrodite are
world-spanning war,
brother
you
and
see.
sister?
So he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
I've heard
No.
of it,
Should I?
but I don't know anything
God of
about
smiths.
it. Smithing.
He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her.
Huh.
When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
He made them weapons?
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the New World. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
I feel like
What
we
I
already
want
said that,
is
but
for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can try.
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down,
Oh.
she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Ooh.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will.
Anything for you, arrows.
Find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Famous last words.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Some party I went to.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
And no one really
Yes,
likes
but-
each other, so
And
yeah, it's
you've
pretty
been
accurate.
together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer. But wiser? No. Not so far.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
No.
I should get back out there.
Okay, bye. This is kind of awkward. I can't talk about feelings.
My family,
I wonder if that lady,
Having
other
you
lady, is
all
the
here.
successor then.
gathered once again to see me off. It moves me more than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep.
What's that?
Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have! Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survived my trial.
Yeah.
If you don't
Lady
die.
Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I want to talk you out of this. I really need your help first.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
Should we just say it? I feel like for Eros' sake, I want to help. But what if we miss our chance?
I was hoping I could talk you out of it, actually.
Oh,
Forgive my saying so, but you seem fine.
yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this,
It doesn't help. Ooh, I think it doesn't help or do it for Eros. Doesn't help.
You must know this isn't working. How many times have you done this? Has it gotten any better?
Better.
I mean, yeah,
I do not remember what
forgetting every
Feels
time
like-
means you need to remember every
I
time
remember
too.
many things. I remember virtue,
It's like a fresh memory
heroism,
then.
even love. All of it eclipsed by the memories of pain. But tonight
So
is
you
not
excited about that,
becoming
Venus?
better. It's about respite from the pain and honoring the memory of what was. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
So slowly these memories come back, right, to the next person. I wonder if Venus is aware of like getting these powers, but then slowly getting Aphrodite's trauma, remembering everything like it's new information, which is like a new fresh wound, and then die just to give the trauma to someone else.
Back again.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Ah, I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
I should get back out there.
Ooh, Venus.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
I feel like Grace is still Grace, but with powers. Like she's not Calliope yet.
Not really. I still felt like me, if that's what you're asking.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
She has a nice voice.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger, something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people
That was
she's
what I was
in,
thinking, yeah.
maybe things will be different.
What if you, like, merge with someone who's like a psychiatrist who, like, specializes in trauma? Like, he or she would know all the, like, methods and things to try and... Venus's option disappeared, so let me just check.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Well, let's see how this goes. God, what a beautiful dress.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world.
Eris is like,
This
hi,
time,
Mom.
it is with
Hi,
the
future
help of our
mom.
lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Oh, here we go. She's got me so mired at me. Oh, shit.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by.
Oh,
Before we fell to our
goosebumps.
knees begging, we fell from the sky.
Gosh, she's hitting such low
We let them
notes.
rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we should
Oh, God.
intervene. We were wrong. we were wrong. Our so-called brother Ares sold his soul forevermore. He so loved the military, he became their dog of war. He denounced his loving family, and with mortal guns and greed, on a plate gladly delivered everything that war dogs need. He betrayed us and we let him, and with their mortal souls long gone, we thought we were.
Oh, what should I do?
We were wrong. We were wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for
Survival,
love gone
please.
unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he
Oh,
gave
God.
to me.
What do you guys think? I cannot choose. These are all like good options. Green, blue, red, red, green, red, red, blue, green. Okay, at least you guys are the same. I'm seeing more green. I mean, that's what I would say in a situation like that. Yeah, you need to acknowledge that they went through a lot.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash?
Ooh.
I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know,
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
you know, you know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine
I can imagine.
this really happened? I can't forgive the rivers too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
What a nice song.
Lost in a
I've stood by your side, now
Eros.
I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me.
Oh!
My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home, and you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Oh.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Lost in a moment. If anyone would know about the mysteries of love, you would know. Only you can decide. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Oh, she does it.
Lost in a moment.
Oh, so that's how it happens. Huh. Yeah, Liv didn't seem like a good option to me because it's like it felt like someone is like struggling with something
I'm
and then you're
fine.
just like, just be
I'm
happy.
still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I'd feel her presence, but she's just gone.
That's what she wanted.
She'll be back, but she'll also be you. She'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
So does her name change now?
I'll help if I can. If I'm still, you know.
Alive.
I would really like that, Grace.
The fact that you came, it meant so much to her. And to me. Before we go,
Hey, I hope you're not mad at
Aphrodite
me,
told me you
Eros.
wanted her help to learn about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Plus now we get to work more with Eros.
Calliope was at the reliquary when she was
Whoa,
attacked.
loud.
But I only know of 3 people who were there.
And you're sure none of them are responsible, Grace?
I thought maybe Medusa, but I've spoken to her and I think it's someone else.
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night.
Oh man, she
was
went by everyone.
Agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. It must have been the reliquary.
Wait, you saw her? Why wasn't this mentioned earlier?
Well, we knew something was wrong, but we thought it was just another one of Calliope's schemes. If only we'd known she was going to the reliquary. How on earth did she even get in?
She used the key, the one Pan gave her.
Wait, how do you know that?
When Calliope arrived, she dropped it. Then she laughed and said she'd better not lose it because Pan won't give me another key to the reliquary.
Was she here already?
Didn't know it was important.
Well, there's your help, Grace. I certainly don't know more than that. Come now, Venus. It's been a long night. I'll get you home.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
It was. It was very nice. He's on his flip-flops. Doesn't even have sandals.
So, did they have anything helpful?
I gave him every opportunity to tell me. He said he didn't know what happened to Calliope.
Just because he gave her the key doesn't necessarily make that a lie.
Doesn't it? I thought you suspected him. What side are you on?
Your side, Grace. Always your side. Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
It wouldn't make sense for it to be Apollo, right? Because if Apollo really cares about Calliope, then he wouldn't want Grace to get killed.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry. If you like, we can talk about it later at my place, after you've had some time to digest.
I might do that. Thanks.
You really are amazing, you know that? Every hurdle, every piece of unpleasant news, you just keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
I am amazing.
It kind of helps that I don't have a choice.
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very old.
Dude, you're a couple thousand years old. You are old. You are old.
Is it really that bad? Being a literal god, young and hunky forever?
No, it's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not-so-good things as well.
Such as?
Such as having the gift of prophecy and never being able to act on what you see. I tried, and it only made things worse. So instead, I tried
interesting.
to not want to try, and that's still not better.
Well, I have the hots for Freddy, so I don't really want to romance Apollo. Is the heart icon romancing, or is the heart icon being nice? You
I
are
hate to
old.
break it to you, Apollo, but there's about 1,000-year difference between us. You are old.
Ouch.
Maybe you should just try getting out there. I bet there's plenty even you haven't seen.
You're probably right. I suppose you'll be headed home.
Or to look for Medusa. Yeah.
Medusa again?
And I'll see
Why?
you soon. Take care of yourself,
Because of the
Grace.
key? I thought we would be seeing Pan. Speak about Freddy. Hey.
Hi, Grace. I can just call you Grace, right?
That's my name. Where's Freddy?
She went out to get snacks. We were gonna watch TV while we waited, but, well, here you are.
Waited. Were you looking for me?
All over, yeah. Athena sent me to find
Athena.
you, but it wasn't easy. Yeah, you must have been busy.
Yeah, because I stand trial soon.
Right. Right, that makes sense. Anyway, I guess Athena wants to talk? I can zip us over to Olympus anytime, if you're free.
Do I have a choice about seeing Athena? I'm not in the habit of being at anyone's beck and call.
I mean, I guess you could say no, but I wouldn't. If Athena wants something, she's gonna get it eventually. She had that look in her eyes, like she really wants to talk to you.
She could always come here. Everyone else does.
Can you
Athena
imagine?
enter the mortal world? And now she doesn't do that ever. Can you imagine?
So she's pretty disconnected then from the real world.
How does Athena manage never entering the mortal world?
She doesn't have to, I guess. Everyone brings her everything she needs. And that creepy owl of hers? Apollo says it's her eyes out in the world. It's
It is Athena.
everywhere. Watching.
So what, she just never leaves the building?
She'll go to the reliquary and places like that. Just never where mortals are. She wears a toga and calls cars iron horses.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So this is what you do? Ferry people around?
I'm the god of messengers, baby. Travelers, doorways, any kind of transition, really. The old Hermes said that the transition part made even more sense for me, which, extra cool, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I can connect any two doorways anywhere, just like that. So it's super easy to take people wherever. I don't mind.
I don't mind.
You mentioned the old Hermes a lot. You knew him?
Yeah, I was homeless for a while. It wasn't a great time,
Oh,
and
dang.
he took me in. Everyone's on the same journey, he used to say. Only the roads are different. And then he went on his journey. Man, I still miss him every day.
But he's in you as well.
Wait,
Carry a
isn't he
piece of him
still
with you.
inside you? Aren't you kind of the same person now?
Not yet. It's only been a year. Maybe I'll feel him again one day. That'd be nice.
I'm assuming you will.
You say it's easy, but do you like doing all these errands?
Huh. Yeah, I never thought about it. It's nice to have a purpose. Athena is super sweet, and she has a big, important job.
Super
Why wouldn't
sweet.
I want to help her out?
You can't be this nice. Are you for real?
Oh, well, the old Hermes used to say that a willingness to serve is more important than a willingness to be served.
I suppose there's no point in putting it off. Do your
She
thing.
does make
Take me
cookies.
to Olympus.
Okay. Oh, when you see Freddie, tell her I'm sorry I couldn't stick around for the movie. And mind if I say something?
What is it?
Sure.
You've changed. I mean, from the person I met when I first came here. When, you got it together really quick.
Thanks, I guess.
That's a nice thing to say. God, that pizza must stink, though, in the background. It's been there for 5 days. Don't you have a bin to throw it in or something? I know you're kind of busy, but it must stink at this point. Attract flies? Wait, why am I... Oh, I can change my trait? Seeing the other choices? I want to be kick-ass, but the kick-ass seems more kind of like rude every now and then. Oh, is it a second trait? Okay. We add to it. That's good then. Grace with soul and charisma. Try to do the right thing, but everyone likes her more. Sneakier, smarter, and witty. I would say charming. Oh, everyone's saying clever? I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm gonna go charming.
There you are, Grace. Do have a seat.
I prefer to stand, thanks.
As you like. You've certainly been busy, haven't you? Everywhere I turn, there you are. Including the reliquary.
Oh.
How can you be the goddess of wisdom?
access.
How can you be the goddess of wisdom and call cars iron horses? That does not compete. Like, she needs to be, like, connected and know everything. She needs to be, like, I don't know, an art broker or something.
But even you must have realized it's off limits. Particularly for your mortal friend.
Am I not supposed to be proving my innocence? Would you prefer I did nothing?
I'd prefer you didn't break any other rules in the meantime.
Such as? Do you have a list I can read, or do you just make them up as you go?
You think our judgment was rash? It was. In truth, I worried that giving you time, letting us all get to know you, would
But I'm still Calliope.
make it harder in the end.
You're
I am
literally
sorry,
killing
Grace.
Calliope.
You may not believe it, but I care deeply. I care about what happens to you and to all the idols.
You don't care at all. Like you care about Medusa. Do something! You don't want to go special
You care.
option?
About me? That's a laugh.
You sit up here in your tower, and whatever humanity you might have once had, whatever wisdom, it's eroded away to nothing. The only thing you care about is making sure it doesn't all shatter. Not on your watch.
Zeus was the first to leave. King of the gods. And we don't even know what became of him. Vanished into the ether. Poseidon was next. Walked out into the seas.
Maybe he's an
Never to
electrician.
be heard from again. Ares betrayed us. Hephaestus saved us. Hades was murdered. And by one of our own. The list goes on.
Yeah, so you add to it.
So you add to it. I show up and you kill me off because you can't be too careful.
We are dying, Grace.
So you
I don't
kill
mean
Calliope.
diminishing or
Got
drifting
it.
apart. I mean, our immortality is disappearing. Very soon now, the idols will be no more. We are a legacy that spans millennia, dating back to the very dawn of humankind. So yes, I care. I will do anything and everything in my power to avoid that fate, even if it appears unfair.
That's it? I wish there was a little... I see. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate. I was like, I wish it would say, like, I'm sorry, persuasion, confrontation, intimidate. I'm playing too much Baldur's Gate.
That's it? That's what you have to say? Sorry we're gonna kill you, but things are dire. Things are tough all over, Athena. Do you really think clamping down on your rules will make it better?
Those rules are our last line of defense against chaos.
Sounds like my mother.
I know we've put a great deal on your shoulders, Grace. I do. All I called you here to ask is that you please not make my job more difficult than it already is.
God, you sound like such a
If you have
twat.
any other questions or concerns, now's the time to bring them up.
Do you need any help removing that stick from your ass?
Who has access to the reliquary? Is it anyone with a key, or...
Does it matter? You gained access, so clearly it is not difficult to get. Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll tell me who gave you that key.
Gave it to me. Athena, I had that key all along.
You what?
It's just like you thought. I used it to attack Calliope that night. Then I brought her back home to finish her off. A mortal with a plan, baby. Stole my way into godhood. Watch me roar.
That's not funny, Grace.
What's funny is that you thought I'd tell you without getting anything in return.
Ooh!
Speaking of the reliquary, you went there, right? Once Hecate told you what happened?
Yeah, I was not impressed by the delay.
If you had known about that, the night Calliope died, would it have made a difference?
The chances are exceedingly small that you attacked her there, it's true. Yet, Calliope was weakened, which made her more vulnerable prey for an enterprising mortal. One she knew. Perhaps the incidents are connected, perhaps not. I cannot afford the risk of uncertainty, Grace. I'm sorry.
All right, let's talk about Medusa.
Met her, have you?
Is it true you can't remove her curse? Or is she just too useful?
I wish I could remove the curse. I'm afraid the Athena who bestowed it is long gone. She was prideful, that Athena. As prideful as she was powerful, I'm ashamed to say.
The current Athena is responsible for everything she's done.
I am well aware, Grace. What is it that you would have me do, exactly?
How about you stop treating her like a servant? Maybe send her somewhere she won't be tempted all the time.
Oh, well, if you happen to hear of a diet camp for man-eating monsters, by all means, do let me know.
She has a sense of
If there
humor.
isn't anything else?
What do you know of Pan?
Pan? That's not a name I expected to hear.
It isn't?
Been sniffing around you, has he?
I have some suspicions, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
That's interesting.
Pan
Pan
lurks
is
at
not
the
on her
edges because
radar.
he likes it there, seeking out whatever profit he thinks he can get away with.
Hmm.
Avoid him, dear, or he'll stick to you like gum to the bottom of your shoe.
It's crazy because to me, Pan is like the center of everything. Like everything we find out, any new piece of information, it always leads back to Pan. So for me, it's like he's the one pulling all the, what's the word? Pulling all the strings.
Okay, so you don't like Pan much. I get that. But do you think he could kill someone?
We've all killed, my dear. I was once a warrior queen, feared by mortals and gods alike.
Another idol, I mean.
Is that where your investigation has led you? To Pan?
I don't know. Maybe.
I've never thought of Pan as one who would deliberately provoke my ire. But if he saw enough profit in it... Thank you, Grace. I'll add them to my list.
I guess I'll get back to my investigation.
I am rooting for you, Grace. If there's another way to resolve this, any way at all, I will take it.
You want to sing
Will you?
about that?
Really?
Good luck. Feel free to take a cookie on your way out.
Cookie! Oh my god, take the cookie. What if the cookies are poisoned? What if she's been trying to kill me this whole time?
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Athena has always
Hey, Freddy.
struggled
Stinky
in a crisis.
pizza.
Well, that's a nice way of putting it.
Remember, she was a warrior. When pressed, she's always turned to that aspect, sought to maintain absolute control. It'd be hypocritical to say it's wrong of her. She's battled for me as much as for anyone.
Do you think she's telling the truth? About the idols dying out?
Yes, though I find it odd she chose to tell you.
Maybe Athena thought, who'd believe Grace if she blabbed about it anyway?
That's stink face.
Prefer to stay in her good graces. I doubt that will be possible.
Uh-oh. What now?
You may not like this, but you need to go back to the reliquary.
Oh, cool. Okay. To do what?
What for? Is there something I need to ask Hecate?
Here's the thing. We don't know why Calliope went there, but it must have been important.
Okay, I'll bite. How would I find that out? You think she left clues?
Remember how I told you it'd be years before you got Calliope's memories back? Well, that's true, but not entirely.
Can I read the book
Those
on
memories
her life?
are inside you. You go somewhere important to Calliope or touch something special to her, you will get flashes, feelings.
How did I not
Do you
get those
want
in her
Grace
apartment
to go
then?
to the reliquary so she can have deja vu?
Whatever happened to Calliope there, it ended her life. All we need to do is uncover those memories.
Are you sure about this? You want me to wander around hoping something comes to me?
Am I sure? No. No, I'm not.
Oh, that's comforting.
What
I mean, we
if
have not
Medusa
much
is
else to go
lying?
by.
What about Pan? We could look into him some more, couldn't we?
Oh, well, do you have a way we could look into those things without encountering even more lies?
Deja vu it is.
Last time Freddy and I were there, Hecate wouldn't let us into the reliquary. Not without Athena's permission.
Okay. Do you want to ask Athena for permission?
No.
It just seems like a radical step. For you.
A week ago, I would have said that breaking into the reliquary couldn't be done. A week ago, I couldn't have imagined being here. My stance on a lot of things has changed. If you have another idea, however, I'm happy to go along with it.
What about the alarms? I'm not eager to have Asterion chasing me through the fog.
Calliope snuck in without setting off any alarms. At least at first.
Well, I'll be following in
the first.
Calliope's footsteps, won't I? What if I follow the wrong footstep and set them off?
Then the alarms bring Asterion and Hecate, and all three of us do a great deal of apologizing.
Let's just hope that's all those alarms do.
Let's say I do this. What am I hoping to find?
Some memory of what happened to Calliope, even a
Fuck!
flash.
Forgot to
Anything that
record.
gives us something to work with.
If that doesn't happen.
Make it happen, Grace. As if your life depends on it.
I can really see why the idols call you the cheery one.
I'm sorry, but why is she here again?
Because I love her.
Is there really no other way? This seems a bit desperate.
I think that's kind of the point, Grace.
There isn't much time left, and I'm out of ideas that won't take more time than we have.
Well, there's always running, right? Grace leaves the city, goes on a world tour, becomes rich and famous.
Yeah.
It's just me. Okay then.
Right then. Back to the reliquary it is.
Any idea how you want to do this, Grace? Because I'm game to help.
Cool.
Because I'm gay
I'm
to
sure
help.
we can figure something out.
I can't go into the reliquary with you. Not without tipping off Hecate. But I won't be far. If anything goes wrong, I will come running. But even so, Grace, please be careful.
It'll be
me.
fine.
I'm always careful.
Come on, the time for adventure is now.
There you go.
Be safe. Both of you.
He's like, oh, good, they left. I can finally unflex my abs. Oh god, I have to pick. Freddy distracts Hecate. Be honest or sneak in the back way. I don't think Hecate would just, although she has newfound love for the Minotaur. What was his name? I have charming now. Yeah, that's true. Let's try honesty.
Ah, so that is now.
Oh, you were expecting us?
It is written that you would come, yes.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
How would we break into a place
Yet it was
where a
also
lady
written
can
that
literally
you would
see the
sneak
future?
into the reliquary as Calliope did. So this encounter is
Yeah,
unanticipated.
exactly. Yeah. She would have known about it. I didn't even think about that.
This book of yours really isn't as accurate as you make it out to be.
The course it lays out is almost always correct. The smaller things, they are subject to free will and frequently change. However, even without the book, I do understand why you've come. Is there a reason why you believe my answer will be different now?
Look, I only need to follow Calliope's trail if I can.
I'm aware.
I'm not trying to take anything. I won't even be that long.
It takes 14 minutes, but I'm afraid that is beside.
Wait,
14
you know
minutes?
how long it takes?
That's
so
so
it's already written
short.
that Grace goes?
It is.
Okay. Oh, hey. She's like, oh, I forgot. I'm shorter. Then let me go.
Then let me try. I'll accept whatever conditions you want, Hecate. I'm begging you.
You will regret this. That is also written.
That
Can I
is a yes.
read the
Go
book?
quickly. Look, but do not touch. The reliquary stores many artifacts, some dangerous.
You can come with
Good.
us. Wow.
Okay, Grace.
It's big.
What the heck do you do now? Of all the times to not have Freddy around, she'd love this.
She'd know so many things.
First things first, how do I do this? Where do I even start?
But she says not to touch anything. Then how are we gonna get our deja vu?
Calliope must have been here. She could have stood in this very spot. Maybe if I just focus.
Glowy eye time? Oh! It's working. Where'd she go? Oh, it's the theme. Been listening. That song's been stuck in my head like every day.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've definitely been here before.
So what was she looking at? Oh God. Do you see blood on anything? Egg. Instrument. Mask. Trident. Apple. Is there a bite out of it? Branch. Scroll. Statue. What's the scroll say? At least you can look at it without touching it.
I don't even know what language that is.
Never mind then.
I don't get any feeling from that. Will I know it when I see it?
Probably. What's the statue?
Shouldn't that be in a museum somewhere?
Mask.
What did Freddy say about mazes? Was it always go left? Or go left and then go right?
Instrument would be her, because it's music.
Is that a weapon? A musical instrument? Maybe it's both.
Depends on how you use it. Big trident. Poseidon?
Is this an armory, too? Freddy? Are you out there? Can you hear me? What am I doing? All that'll do is tell everyone where I am.
I mean, you're not sneaking, so it's fine.
They should really
Olive
charge
branch?
for tours. It's kind of amazing.
And last thing? It was the mirror.
Calliope was here. She was standing right here. And she...
Don't touch the mirror. Ooh. Uh-oh. What if you're gonna get hurt the same way? The fates?
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Hello? Do you work for Hecate? Are you guardians or something?
They look so cool. Oh my god, I want that outfit. Time to run.
Okay then.
Or sing. This middle outfit, yes. I love it. Oh, singing doesn't even work?
What's happening? Why didn't it work?
Damn. What a cool outfit. Mannequin chic, yeah. Is that how she got hurt? Did she just get stabbed by one of those people? Who dat? Pan?
Oh,
Freddy?
Grace?
Oh god, Freddy, watch out.
Freddy! We've got to run. My powers don't work on them. They just keep coming.
Don't run into them. God, I'm really now suddenly worried that we're gonna run into a knife. Do you have an idea? What?
No, I won't let you.
Oh shit! Did she forget she's just a human? Is that why they came? Because she wasn't allowed to be there? Oh, and now they walk off. What? Are you gonna check if she's okay? Where'd she get stabbed? Can you save her?
Oh god. Oh god, Freddy.
Oh shit, that's a lot of blood.
Oh no. Oh, Grace.
Why did you guys let her
summoned the
go
Furies.
in?
What?
Those beings were the Furies, beyond all our laws. Not idols, but the embodiment of retribution. How did you draw them here?
I didn't. There was a big mirror, but I didn't even touch it.
There is only one mirror of which you could be speaking. That's
Fates.
used by the goddess Nyx to contact the Fates. Using the mirror would not have brought the Furies down upon you. Not unless the Fates themselves decreed it.
Then why would they stab someone else?
I don't care what brought them. They killed Freddy. You need to help her.
I have no power over life and death, Grace. None of us have that.
Shit.
This was no defense or spell of the reliquaries. I do not have the power to summon the Furies, and I know none who do. You should consider yourself fortunate, Grace. They do not desist until retribution has been exacted.
Man, that sucks.
But now is when you leave. Pray the knowledge you obtained was worth the price.
Why did she just come in here?
I'm not leaving Freddy. Not like this. All this magic. There has to be something. Don't tell me there's no way to undo this.
Can I go to Hades?
We
Underworld?
have to leave. We have to leave now.
What? You're really just leaving her there? Jesus. Well, that took a turn. Finished Act 2. Act 3. Oh, that sucks. Well, there goes my interest.
Grace, I'm sorry. I know what Freddy meant to you.
No, you don't. We grew up together. She was.
I understand. Grace, is that what happened to Calliope? Was she attacked by the Furies as you were?
She came out hurt, so...
She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
The Furies. Sent by the same person, I imagine.
What does the mirror do?
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just a feeling. I still don't understand why.
Well, apparently she wanted to speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates are primordial beings, like the Furies. They're said to control destiny. Perhaps Calliope wished to know her destiny. Or change it. I'm not sure.
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
Even in our prime, none of the idols had the Furies at our beck and call. Perhaps Zeus, but he's long gone.
Is he, though?
I honestly didn't know the Furies still existed.
Clearly someone can do
Wait,
it.
how...
I mean, unless they weren't sent.
How
Unless they
sure
were
are we...
responding to something else, something you'd done unwittingly. I'm sorry, I'm afraid your guess is as good as mine.
How sure are we that Apollo is actually Apollo? Like, when Athena found him, did she know he was Apollo? Like, or did she just know he was a god? What if he's secretly Zeus or something? He says only Zeus has the power to control the Furies.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
They're not. Hecate called them embodiments of retribution, and I suppose that's the best description. They go back to well, the time before my memory.
Wait,
I was once...
they can also jump between whatever body they want, right? Like, Athena doesn't have to be a woman if she doesn't want to be. Change sex or whatever, whoever they want to jump to next, they can just go to that next person, right? So we don't even know if Zeus doesn't even have to be a man. It could be anyone.
Told they were created to enforce the most ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Decrees one couldn't break.
What if Athena
written
is
in
Zeus?
blood. Laws even idols abided by in the days of old Olympus. But those surely died with Zeus. Even if they hadn't, you can't have broken any. They're not easy to overlook.
Zeus was a goose.
Can these fates really control the future?
They're tied into fate, as I am. Perhaps they're even where my power stems from, or how Hecate's books are written.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, apparently.
Could it have been the fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
I doubt it. If they didn't want to answer the mirror, I'm certain they simply wouldn't.
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddy and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They're enforcers of the old laws. I imagine they decided the debt was paid, whatever it was, when blood was spilled. The blood didn't have to be yours.
So if Freddy hadn't interfered...
Then they would have come after you. And they wouldn't have stopped until they were through. Not ever.
Could have just, like, slit your hand. Instead of getting stabbed in the fucking heart.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Oh,
why not ask them? You too have caused quite the stir. Hecate is beside herself, and Athena is out of her mind. Well done.
Hi.
How long have you been listening?
Long enough to know that you need another way to speak to the Fates, unless you're planning on trying the reliquary again.
Are we going to the underworld?
Not
Oh,
a
please.
chance. We'll find the truth on our own, Persephone.
No.
If you sent Grace to wander about looking for Calliope's memories, you're already out of options.
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Oh, shit. That would be amazing.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
Hermes!
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. So your promise to help Grace was an empty one? Step up, for once, and do what she needs you to do.
Should have sided with Persephone. Maybe Freddy would have been alive.
I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Okay. No need to keep selling me on it. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah.
What else am I
need
gonna
to
do?
punch something really
Nothing to lose
hard.
anymore.
Or
Fuck it.
Overthrow hell, I'm good with either of those things.
Did you see that, Apollo? You see, that is what a backbone looks like.
Man, I should have sided with Persephone.
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
Says the dude who put
And consider
Persephone
this,
back in
Apollo.
hell.
Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies. According to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
What does that
Hold
mean?
on, wait. What does that mean? If her soul is in Hades, then...
It means the ruler of Hades can release her.
Oh,
That's assuming everything remained as it was. Fine.
I will become the queen of the underworld.
Hades. But I'm not going with you.
Yes.
If that's
Let's
what
go.
you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
We're becoming Hercules. Hello.
Shall I wait here, or...
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is...
Yeah.
They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
Say Freddy.
Freddy's dead, Hermes.
What? When did that happen?
She was killed by the Furies. That means she's in Hades. Probably. I have to try to find her there. You're her friend too. I know you wouldn't want to abandon her.
Okay.
we going in the
Signal when you
through
need
the
to
car.
come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace.
Yay.
And remember, the underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think
Yeah,
I
fuck
can
that.
tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
Yeah, we're Team Persephone now. Woohoo!
Welcome to the real underworld.
Let's go.
Wow.
What a lovely shade of green.
It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
I know Orpheus just from Hades, I think. The game Hades. Who is he?
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing.
Is he the singer?
Hades tricked him, you see. And with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours.
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Sounds exciting.
So there's gonna be a fight? Good. I need something to punch.
Don't get too excited, Grace. Orpheus is hardly a worthy foe.
Really? Even though he took your throne?
He took an empty throne after I left. That does not make him a king. Just someone else that's in my way.
All these
In our way, you
remains.
mean?
Yes, in our way.
Okay, so
I wanna
there's
get
an
Freddy.
angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Even if
Come.
we can't get her back, setting
time
her
to
free
cross
would
the
be good.
stakes.
Too many names. Yeah, I'm already bad with regular names. All these fucking names. Everything is like is this. I just can't. Usus ID.
The ferryman will come soon.
Hello, Charon, mate.
As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Yes! Oh my god. Reminds me of Ocarina of Time. Whoa! That is so cool! Her face.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Kore Sotiera, once queen of the underworld, and shall be again.
You didn't say the magic
Charon,
word.
I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
Cards. I am the last muse. I'm here to save Freddy. I think Freddy, we have more I'm trying to think, like, what is the most confident thing we can say? We have more confidence, or is it desperation? Yeah, more people are saying muse.
Hey there! I'm Grace, idol and last of the muses. Is that enough?
Of course she's a muse. Why would she lie about such a thing? He says he's always liked the muses and that you're very pretty.
Oh, charmer!
No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Charon. Stop asking.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him. Let's get underway,
That's so
Charon.
fun.
It's a long ride to the throne room.
Step on his hand. Excuse me, coming through. I mean, if I would have known, I would have brought like a little game. Bring like a little exit game or something. Oh, we singing? Can you recognize them? There's only 2 people.
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Did she just kill Hades?
Really is dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddy, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
A child in a garden, a prize for a king, property, bound and gagged with silver and satin. I gutted a god. This hell is mine. Won't let it be forgotten.
Good for her. Oh, who that?
Someone's
Oh,
coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
We
coming.
might have a problem.
A wolf is waiting in the
This
tomb.
bard's already
Someone's
dead,
coming.
but you can defeat him.
I can feel them howling at the
My
moon.
help.
Don't forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been. What happened to the music?
is he changing it?
I have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Betty.
Oh, no, Benny.
Let me treat you to a song. A welcome.
Not Benny.
I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse. Any requests? Questions?
What's your problem with Persephone?
Dow, 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 loop it. Dow, dow, dow.
She is not amused.
I didn't do what I was told, didn't know that it was all a game. I didn't think that he would do it. Then Eurydice was gone. And Persephone, you stood right beside him and said, what a shame. He was always gonna kill her and you knew it. And I never got to have my revenge. My pain never ends. I see you now. Persephone won't turn my back. Won't turn my back. Turn my back on you again.
Damn.
I beg your pardon. I wanna behave properly. It's not your song. You better stay open. She's a friend and a god.
Throne is for me. I won't let it be forgotten.
Persephone, your part in this will never be forgotten.
The throne was stolen after I murdered the king. You should be grateful and thank me for everything. And yet you scream like a boy. You kick the ground. I was a slave.
Eurydice is gone because you did nothing.
Orpheus, there was nothing I could do.
I saw your whispers, poison behind your king.
Wasn't me.
If I cannot have my revenge, you're the next best thing.
Orpheus,
Instead of a life of despair, Hades would have ended you there. This place would still be humming.
Oh, I rather doubt that.
Doesn't make it any less true.
I'm high. Am I the one on trial now? I never sleep now, and I never wake.
I love Persephone's face.
Yet I'll never have justice. Now the music is gone.
It's all history. Why can't you let it be forgotten?
Oh.
Forgotten.
throne doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
If I didn't do what I was told, I'd be dragged across the palace floor. Hades can't hurt us anymore. But Eurydice is still gone. For what it's worth, you've my apology. But I assure you, nothing more. For deep down you know that there's no revenge.
The pain never ends.
The pain never ends.
There's no revenge.
This was never gonna end the way you wanted to. And I won't turn my back. I won't turn my back on you again.
Oh, deep note. So is she like the queen of the underworld, the proper queen of the underworld now?
I'd forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
Okay, well, bye. You don't have to leave. You can stay, you know.
An empty chair for an empty kingdom.
Ooh, leave it behind. Yeah, it does kind of feel like why would you want to be here if you can be up top? But I do want her to bring back Freddy, though. Or at least free her. She earned that throne. And she does want it, right? Wouldn't it be lonely and sad? Yeah. Moving on seems to be the theme. You could ask her, what's the point?
I don't get it. Why take the throne at all, if Hades is empty?
Because it's mine. I can only hope that somewhere Hades can see me, sitting on his chair.
Don't get too excited. We came here for a reason, remember?
I do remember. I lied. Even if we could find Freddy, you couldn't bring her back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
And the Fates?
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them.
Man,
they will not care.
She completely lied to us.
And
not even the
never
Fates.
You didn't once consider telling me? I might have helped you regardless.
You, perhaps. But Apollo? I suppose we'll never know.
I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're you. I believed what I wanted to believe.
Grace,
But it all worked out, right? You got what you came for. And I got exactly nothing. Just like you planned.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
Why? We can't bring her back.
Say goodbye.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet, you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Oh. Hey. Can you touch her? Oh, now it's extra sad.
You're here. Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived. It's not like there's much else going on. No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
But you sacrificed yourself. For me.
Well, yeah. I'd do anything for you, Grace. Hey, what was the alternative? I let the Furies kill you instead? That's not how this story ends.
You could get stabbed in the foot or something. In the hand.
You're wrong. It is a story.
Let him take an ear.
And you need to finish it. Without me.
That blows.
Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down
Calliope.
here. Someone you really need to meet.
Oh my god. Wait a minute, what the fuck? If you can just go to the underworld and talk to Calliope, why wouldn't Athena do that? She's not even barred from going to Hades. Can't you just go to the underworld then, find the spirit and be like, so what's the story? Who killed you?
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
Is inside Grace.
What?
The rest of me.
Holy shit. I can't hear.
Persephone.
This is real.
That was so soft. You weren't just friends?
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end.
Can't hear it.
Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
Yeah, how does this work?
Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection.
But that wouldn't make sense either. Wait. But then Aphrodite wouldn't already be cured of her trauma. She's saying that the more you jump, the more you forget. And that's why they've forgotten so much. Then how come Aphrodite is just like struggling so much and not... There's so many loopholes.
You knew this truth once, Persephone.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have. But I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No. I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
God, I really wish they'd put up her audio a little bit. Like, they're all fine to me, and then her, I'm like, huh? Excuse me? I can't hear a single thing.
Start with Apollo. How is he involved in all this?
Apollo delivered with great reluctance a prophecy that said I needed to die.
Calliope's ASMR.
And who did he deliver this prophecy to?
Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world.
So Athena does have the power to send Furies to someone.
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
The Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
So it was Athena this whole time who killed...
You went to
Who killed
Pan for
Calliope.
the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me.
Oh, that's why he's...
Telling
Yeah.
me meant I was
He keeps
locked
going on
into
about,
it.
like, his power
I
is
still think he
pointless.
did the right
If you try and
thing.
help you make it worse.
Though I expect he disagrees.
Okay.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
She can't be.
I don't believe that. Athena's got tunnel vision. She must be wrong.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols.
So it's
The
all
answer was
self-preservation.
The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives.
And I'm the last muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived. I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
It has to be that thing, though. It has to be that thing, like, because of the prophecy, Athena went and did that. And because she forced this murder, grace came into play. And because of that, it'll be the end of the gods. It has to be like that. Like, it's... If Apollo hadn't given her the prophecy, then none of this probably happened. Self-fulfilling prophecy, yes. I love those kind of things.
I don't blame you, in case you're wondering.
You don't?
You didn't ask for all this to happen. You did the best you could, Calliope.
Thank you for saying that, Grace. Truly.
Athena will pay.
Do you blame Athena for what she did?
She wanted to save the idols. And I
Yeah,
that
her
too.
VA's Ellie.
Well, I
yeah,
blame her.
from last.
And Apollo for not telling us what she'd done.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
Yeah, it is probably better not to know, honestly. What now?
I have to go back. no idea what will happen.
Can I come visit every now and then? That would be great.
None of this seems real.
We gonna sing?
So many years of history, fights the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go. I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go. It's time to
Oh no.
deep within my soul. You will remain with me, a best friend through the dark. Gone, you're irreplaceable. It's time to go. It was quick and so was I.
No.
I was not prepared to die, but grace, I choose this, and I know you'll get by. It's time. So many years of history, fights the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud, Grace.
Freddie, I gave everything to watch you go. I know. Now it's time to go.
It's time to
Man, I wish we could save her. Not even a kiss, just a hug. Saying goodbye.
You've returned.
Well, here we go.
Put on the hat. I see Freddie isn't with you. I'm so sorry, Grace. Did you at least get to speak to the Fates?
Nope.
Then what happened?
Found
Then
Calliope.
we found Calliope.
Calliope, but her Eidolon is inside you. How
It
could...
doesn't work like that. The Eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy, how you warned her, how you've been lying to us. You knew. You knew the truth this entire time, even when you said you were helping Grace.
He was helping,
Yes.
though.
Yes, I did.
You were trying to protect me, right? You didn't want me to share Calliope's fate?
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction. Help you find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed. We know it now.
Then it's done. You're locked into it.
Isn't the prophecy open to interpretation? Couldn't you be wrong about how it ends?
When am I not wrong, Grace?
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at.
Persephone's so feisty.
I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. But if she believes you need to die in order to save the idols, if she truly believes that, it won't matter what anyone says.
I mean, wouldn't it be Apollo, Venus, and Persephone?
Do you think the prophecy could be true?
That in order for the idols to live...
It didn't say live. It said continue. That word bothers me.
Athena seems pretty certain what it means.
Continue.
Athena sees what she wants. I don't know that I agree with her. And I won't just give in like Apollo. When you go to the trial, I'll back your play. Up to and including overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
So if she ends up overthrowing Athena, that would mean it would be the end of the idols as she knows it. That could be it. No one has to die, but maybe we'll give Apollo some time to cool. See how Pan's doing.
Pan? Are you here?
Is he not?
Pan!
Oh no, did Athena kill him too? Because we gave his name.
All right then. Guess I'll just head off.
I thought you didn't want to see me anymore. You're not here to yell at me, are you?
At least he's okay. Yeah, maybe we should apologize.
No, I just wanted to talk.
Oh. Now you've got my ears quivering, Grace. Whatever could we have to discuss?
I know you weren't behind Calliope's murder.
Oh, then you've learned something, haven't you?
So what is the story about you fucking a goat? She like turns.
Something not exactly pleasant. I see. Isn't that always the way?
I mean, someone died. It's very
Tell
unpleasant.
you what, Grace. Let's indulge in one last transaction. Relay what you've learned, and I'll see if I have any advice to offer.
Ooh. Yeah, sure, why not? Make friends.
Okay. Where do I begin?
Well, of course it was Athena.
Seems too easy.
Wait, you knew?
No, how could I?
So what now?
Let the prophecy play out.
Huh?
Let it play out. It doesn't say the last muse will die.
Loud.
Just that she must for the idols to continue. Perhaps the idols shouldn't continue. Seems reasonable enough.
Maybe they shouldn't continue what they're doing.
I doubt Athena would agree. Or many of the other idols, for that matter.
Yes, well, if history says anything about the idols, it's that we're a bunch of reactionaries who make poor decisions. Frankly, change is long overdue. Continuing on as we have been isn't appealing, and I doubt I'm the only one who thinks so. I'm rather looking forward to the trial now. How exciting.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Do a little song and dance.
Oh, it's you.
Hello there.
Paul comes in, mopier than his usual mopey self, and won't say a word about why. But of course, it's you.
Ooh. Oh, almost. I know you care. Scratched my back.
Look, I know you care about Apollo. I'm not here to hurt him.
Uh-huh, yeah. And, why should I believe you?
Because I know he did what he did with the best of intentions.
That does sound like him, yeah. I guess I can go ask him if he wants to talk to you. Don't be surprised if he says no, though.
It's all right, Oracle. I think Grace and I need a moment alone, if you please.
Oh, sure. Don't mind me. Sound like I was in the middle of anything.
I didn't mean for it to end up this way.
I know. It's okay, Apollo. You have to stop torturing yourself over this.
I wanted you to find out about Athena without learning the prophecy. Yeah, it was difficult to help without helping too much. Even pointing you at Pan. I was hoping he could be pressured into assisting more. When I first became Apollo, I was so sure I could help people. Help the world. I ignored the warnings. You have no idea how many lives I ruined before I stopped. I never should have given in to Athena. This one time, I thought that maybe it will be different.
Maybe it will be.
Well, couldn't it be? You said yourself, prophecies don't always work the way you think they will.
Yeah, that's true. I did say that. I hope you can forgive me, Grace.
There's nothing to forgive, Apollo. You did what you could for a friend. You didn't owe me anything.
I guess all that remains is the trial. Whatever happens, Grace, I'll be standing right there by you.
I'm surprised we can't visit Venus.
Thank you.
And I'm still baffled that someone like Aphrodite, who's jumped so many people, isn't aware that the soul doesn't keep going. If anyone should show signs of that, it's her. The pain is maybe just like maybe the pain is the one thing that defines her.
Did you forget something, Grace?
It felt like we hadn't quite finished our conversation.
It seemed pretty finished to me. What more is there to discuss?
How about you? Are you okay?
Oh, I am many miles from okay, Grace.
Don't you want to talk about it?
Calliope would not have approved of the way I acted. But then she seldom did. It was so good to see her in Hades. To have her say she forgives me. I just wish it were as easy to forgive myself.
Maybe we could start over?
You could apologize, you know. We could start over, from square one.
Apologizing really isn't my style, Grace.
Stranger things have happened.
Fine, fine. I'm sorry. There, you have it. Are you satisfied?
It's a start.
Is it any easier out there? Do you miss being immortal, Grace?
It's been a week.
Eventually I will. I'll always wonder what I might have become.
I never gave it a second thought before. Now I wonder.
I guess I'll take my leave. Well, what is this place? Auditorium? Is this where the trial is? Band time? So, band, we gotta have a meeting. Freddy is dead. So I guess band's over.
So this is it. All your new friends have lied to you, but somehow they're gonna get you through the trial, right? I wish Freddy were here.
Me too.
Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold waters, no star to be seen. I'll embrace the fire as it burns deep inside, bright enough to guide me, an ocean defied. But as I burn, they've all turned away one by one. In the end, am I alone? Like a boat lost at sea, with no sails, not a breeze. I am drifting cold water, no star to be
Oh, they're all the past muses.
in your heart.
Ooh.
You do not sail in vain. In my heart, you remain. I do not sail in vain.
Man, what a voice. She has such a nice singing voice.
Okay, here we go.
I like her so much. Don't eat the cookie. This is the one time I will say, do not
Hello?
eat the cookie.
Oh, Grace, there you are. Everyone is already waiting for you on Olympus.
Okay.
I
Isn't
thought
this
this
Olympus?
was Olympus.
Not this office building. My word, no.
We're going to actual Olympus? The mountain?
Welcome to Old Olympus, dear.
Holy shit. She is set in her old ways. Ah, Venus is here.
A real place?
Hi, everyone.
It's the memory of a real place, which for us is the same thing.
Oh, did Hecate make it? Welcome to my bedroom.
Let's begin, shall we?
I feel like everyone I've seen so far is on my side, so feeling pretty good about it, but we'll see.
Brothers, sisters, everyone, look around you. We few who remain fled to this new land to escape the war, but we are not out of danger. I waited to tell you until I was certain, and now I am. The idols are dying. It will not be long before even our immortality deserts us. The time for extreme measures has arrived.
Wouldn't Hecate know if the idols were dying? Doesn't she see, like, past, present, future?
How do you know it's true? How can you be so certain?
Each time we pass on our Eidolon, we become a little less. It is, however, not solely that. I have had Hecate researching the matter for decades, and her results are conclusive. We are diminishing. I am at this trial to tell you that, as always, I will look out for you. I will save you. Trust in me, Pallas Athena, daughter of Zeus and leader of the chorus, and I will do anything it takes to keep you all alive.
You'll do anything?
It's been hard for you. No, it hasn't. I have like zero empathy for Athena. Put her on blast.
Tell them. Let them know what that anything includes. Tell them about the prophecy Apollo gave you, and how you've interpreted it. The idols cannot continue so long as the last muse lives. Isn't that how it goes?
It's true.
Hey, he spoke out. Accuser.
You summoned the Furies and sent them after Calliope. But you didn't count on her getting away and running to me, did you? She passed her Eidolon on to me, and now you were stuck.
I will not stand for this.
Yes, you will. This started as my trial. But now it's yours.
Oh.
Tell them.
Oh, is Athena gonna sing?
Yes, it's me. It's
Oh my
me.
god.
Of course, it's me. The one who gets it done.
Oh.
Don't you see? It had to be. You all turn away when I got the fish. Then you cry hooray once it's on the dish. That's how we do this. Yes, we. Yes, you and me. I have always cared for you. I'll always do all these things for you. All these things that you are not prepared to do.
You say you care, Athena, look around. The way you care grinds these idols down. From up above, you played your puppet show. You called it love. Athena, did you know you're turning them to ghosts?
Sorry, little bird, time to wring your neck.
This I know. Once the muse is dead, questions creep.
Oh, it's all their own themes.
In my head, what did I do? What didn't I do? All this time, you've shown us what to sing. Wisdom.
Oh.
That's what you bring. Is that still true?
This coming from you. You're lost, little boy. You've lost all perspective. You're ready to throw this away. You call that wise? Nobody needs to make a sacrifice. None of you see.
Ooh.
So it's down to me.
I'll take all the blame.
I guess the helmet doesn't fit.
I'll take all the pain. Think you see it all, you just see a scrap. You wanna make the call, you need to hold the map. You cloistered children. It's time for you and all who stand with you.
Oh shit!
You too, form a queue. Time to follow through.
She just whipped it out, huh?
Cause and effect. You feed this thing more blood, you'll feel regret. I know you know I'm right. You feel it deep inside. If I stop now, Olympus is wrecked. Cause and effect.
They're so cool. I love their design. Oh, we're buddies.
It's time to do something new.
Whoa.
I'm ready to see
Aphrodite, she'd stand with grace too.
Oh, I love his voice.
Grace showed her mercy when she didn't have to show mercy.
Terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I'll need to stand here too.
Hermes.
I really need to. Please do accept my apology.
Nice.
Of course, it's me. Because of me, this prophecy
The fates are just like stab everyone.
would come to be. My Olympus is gone, and you're all looking on at a stranger wearing my face. My Olympus is gone. Now I'm some other one. Just how long has she been in place? You set off hoping you could get to somewhere right, but it's been too many years since the mainland was in sight. There was a voice in me that shouted, Athena, you be strong. Be strong. No cost is great enough. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong, and now I don't know what the right thing
Punch her, she deserves it.
I leave it up to you what to do with this.
I forgive you, Athena.
just a monster. I've met monsters who weren't monsters. I'm a monster to me.
No. Now I feel bad for her.
I'm sorry, Grace. I'm sorry, all of you. I wish Calliope could know it too. She does. She hears you.
I love the theme coming back every now and then. Yeah, it probably just means that the old ways can't continue, but doesn't mean that anyone has to die. Hello.
Are you finished? You've been talking forever.
We're done, yes.
And?
I thought it was obvious. You were still
You
waiting for
certain
a
about
verdict?
that chair, brother? You've always said you didn't want it.
Oh my god.
I think it's about time, don't you?
You're taking over?
Wait, you're leading the chorus now?
Only for the moment. That's what we need to tell you.
Damn.
We've decided to disband the chorus.
And that's
no
why.
No more laws, no more hiding from mortals. It's time the idols found a new way.
You're planning to tell everyone what we really are? Isn't that risky?
We'll give it some time to let those who are afraid go into hiding, but it needs to happen. We have to rejoin the world.
This is a big step.
What about Athena? She can't be okay with this.
She won't fight it. She said, and I quote, "Whatever your decision, I will abide by it."
That's a switch.
The fight's just not in her anymore. She was so certain she was doing the right thing.
Oh, now that's an old tune.
Well, we'll see how long this new Athena lasts.
You all agreed to this? No argument?
No argument? Grace, you know us. We cannot order lunch without a good argument.
It's what Calliope fought for. It seems appropriate. I only wish you were here to see it.
Calliope would definitely approve.
It's what she wanted,
Yes,
in a way.
well, it'll be up to us to pick up the pieces if this all falls apart.
We have to try. What other choice do we have?
It's hard to picture the idols living without rules. Medusa comes to mind, for instance. Think she'll be okay with mortal laws?
Medusa has offered to live in the reliquary. Frankly, I think she's relieved.
Oh, that's
As for
perfect.
the others,
Away from people, yeah.
I suppose they'll have to answer to mortal authorities now.
Assuming they don't just round us up the moment they realize what we are.
Thank you for the optimism, Pan.
This is a huge step. Can't believe it's happening.
Changes everywhere. Would you believe Apollo and I finally buried the hatchet?
That's
Even
true.
immortals give up sometime.
And give heartfelt apologies.
Which I should have offered long, long ago. Could you all give
Persephone,
Grace
can I
another
date
moment?
you? Or Apollo, I'm not too picky. Not too into Pan, though. The goat eyes kind of freak me out. Sorry, no offense.
Well, you did it. You survived.
Damn right.
Was there ever any doubt? Okay, maybe there was a little doubt. How about that last song, though?
It certainly did the trick, yes.
Did the trick. It was amazing.
Obviously, you're as free to go as any of the idols, but I do hope you'll remain with us. We need you.
Of course I will.
Of course I'll stay. You'll all start arguing again the minute I leave, otherwise.
Oh, we'll probably do that even if you stay.
Character growth, Apollo. If you can do it, so can the rest of the idols.
Let's hope you hold on to that optimism. What do you say, Grace? Ready to face the music one more time?
Damn.
Always.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. I mean, I'm still Team Freddy, but... The Muse's Encore. No, don't look at the hat.
Of course you're both here. In my apartment. Why wouldn't you be?
We were waiting for you.
I'm told the concert went well. How do you feel?
Concert?
I'm exhausted.
Somehow the Oracle has managed to get a recording of every show you've done. I believe she's a bit starstruck.
You can tell her it's okay to come in person. She's on the list.
That would require her to get out from behind her screens.
Everyone here has also been busy. Would you like to hear the latest?
Eros.
I heard Eros and Venus left the city together. Was that right?
No, why couldn't I romance
Venus wanted
Eros?
to use her fame to do good works as an activist, and Eros is assisting her.
Let's be realistic. He's there to catch her when her efforts inevitably implode.
You're being uncharitable, sister. I was at one of Venus's rallies, and it was rather invigorating.
Aphrodite always did love being adored by the masses.
Well, at any rate, Eros sounded keen. He thinks this is a much better approach than wallowing in Olympus.
You mean he's glad to have time to pursue a new lover or two?
It's not me.
Who could blame him?
Dang it. Missed out there.
What about Hecate and Asterion? Are they still at the reliquary?
Hecate leave the reliquary? I'd sooner believe the sun would go out.
It doesn't hurt that they seem enraptured with each other's company.
Asterion is all Hecate is willing to discuss. Do I need to know every detail of his sexual prowess? I do not.
Didn't Hecate say it is written that she and the Minotaur would eventually break up?
Well, eventually, for Hecate could be centuries from now.
In the meantime, she gushes about her new boyfriend like a schoolgirl.
You should hear Asterion, then. His gushing puts hers to shame. I'm happy for them both.
Ooh, Medusa.
And Medusa? I take it she's no longer at the reliquary.
She was. For a few months.
Just a few months.
There was an incident involving Hecate.
No! Oh, no, Medusa.
Medusa was beside herself with apologies, but needless to say, she moved on rather quickly.
Uh-oh.
We're not certain where.
Meaning what? Medusa is roaming the streets? Doing whatever she likes?
Not quite.
Oh,
Medusa
not the
believes
kitty.
she might not be able to control her appetite, so she asked us to put her in contact with the mortal government.
Oh,
I
God.
took her somewhere.
Area
It
51.
was her decision. The government is grateful. They even suggested we might see Hephaestus again.
Aphrodite's husband? He's alive?
So
What?
it appears.
What?
Who knows what he's been doing for the mortals since the war, but it would raise all our spirits to see him again.
Oh my God. Turns out Hephaestus just works for the FBI or something. He, like, designs their newest fighter planes and weapons.
What about you, Apollo? Still planning on leaving the city?
Not right away. I've been helping the idols remaining at Olympus learn how to live
Hephaestus is
as part of
Oppenheimer.
the mortal world.
Every day he parades about the city with idols in tow like frightened ducklings, showing them how the world works.
But Apollo barely knows how the world works.
Well, that's what makes it funny. It's the blind leading the blind.
That's a painting.
And after that?
The blind leading the blind.
I was thinking of traveling for a time. Despite my age, there are so many places I haven't been.
That's why I told him, see the world.
What you mean is that all the attention on the idols is driving you to distraction.
It is a bit disconcerting. The photographers following me around, the letters addressed to the sun god. I don't know what to do with it all. Even so, I'm not running away. I'll be back. I simply think it's time to see the world again with
Oppenhestus
my own eyes.
Heffenheimer.
Has anyone heard about Athena? It's been a while.
I have. She left the city, as she felt uncomfortable with all the attention on the idols.
Terrified, you mean?
It was more that mortals expected the goddess of wisdom to have sage advice, and she no longer trusts her judgment.
That must be rough.
No surprise there.
You don't still worry about her, brother, after all she's done?
I think of her off in the far north, living alone in the wilderness, punishing herself until the end of her days. I know it's her own choosing, but
She'll be back.
it seems like such a waste.
Maybe in like 1,000 years.
How about you, Persephone? Any big changes?
Changes? Well, I suppose you could say that. I've been spending a great deal of my time in Hades of late.
Really? What for?
Now that the mortal world knows
Yeah, I was
about
gonna
us
say.
again, I suspect it won't be empty for
People
long.
believe in Hades again,
I
then...
think you're the only one who suspects that, sister.
Yes, I can't say I'm the mortal world's most favorite idol at present. It's a whole thing.
You don't seem upset about that.
The world changes, Grace. For the better and for the worse. We knew this was coming. Where it will end up, that remains to be seen. But one thing is certain.
Death.
Is Hermes still around? I'm surprised they're not here with the rest of you.
Well, we've barely seen them of late.
Hermes has been busy. They've become a social media
Of course.
so the oracle tells me.
The truly amusing part is that they're not even trying to be famous. They simply can't help it.
Hermes likes to people please, it's true.
Hopefully it won't backfire on them. Fame is a double-edged sword.
Oh.
Hermes lives a charmed life. Never fear.
Well, it's odd seeing their face on so many billboards, but I agree. Let Hermes have their fun.
What about Pan? I haven't seen him since the trial.
No one's seen him.
Should we be worried? It is Pan, and what he does will reflect on us all.
Pan is harmless.
Mostly harmless.
I feel like he'll just
As
become
far
an
as I can
information
tell, he
broker
did
or
regret
something.
his involvement in Calliope's death. He'll lay low. At least for a time.
He'll be back with some new scheme to make us all groan.
You're not wrong.
Okay, that's everyone.
I still can't believe it's all over.
Oh, it's scarcely over, Grace. Now that you've toppled the castle, it's barely just begun.
Oh, I didn't do that.
On the contrary, you absolutely did.
Perhaps we should leave you alone, Grace. You must be tired from your trip.
Kind of feels like this is it, huh? Like we won't see each other for a long time.
No. Not like this. You're right.
Could go travel with Apollo.
Has changed.
No.
Stormy skies clear, soft breeze blow.
The ocean lies calm, stars are out.
We'll chart our paths, I've no doubt.
Where will we end up with different route? A fresh coat of paint, sails unfurled, ready to go.
Watching the shore as we drift away.
Lost lost in the sunrise, parting mists of gray.
Every time they showed a hat, I'm like, ugh. Don't do it.
Everything has changed. Everything.
The end, I think. When push comes to shove, you shove back. Well, that was not the ideal way it could go, but obviously that's the point of a blind playthrough. Like, obviously, I don't know actually if I could, because you only have the one save, so I don't think you can go back and redo a choice. But at the same time, like, I like this. Obviously, I want to encourage people as well to play it themselves and make their own choices. So I kind of like that. Like, it's not a 100% perfect playthrough, you know? I like seeing how it went. I might play it myself. It was on the Switch, wasn't it? I might get it on the Switch and just play it myself. Try some other stuff. I saw a lot of people were unhappy with what happened with Aphrodite, but I think for the story that didn't have... For the way I played it, there wasn't any downside to it. I feel like it would have played exactly the same, just with a different character in the background. So in that sense, that one I'm not upset over. Obviously, I'm upset over Freddy. As soon as she died, I was like, well, the game is now half as interesting. I wonder if there's a way you can have her along, but also have her survive. Because I had her along and because I was so close with her, she went with me to the reliquary. So I feel like the only way to save her is to not get close to her. I also don't mind leaving it like this. Like, obviously, especially as well in this case, since it was a sponsored video, the whole goal of me playing the game in the first place was to promote people wanting to play it for themselves. So in that sense, for this case, I think it's good to be like, this was my playthrough, these were my choices, and now I implore you guys to make your own choices and see where it gets you.